What's good, y'all? Check this out.
Hey, say a guy gets robbed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna risk your life to
No.
go chase the dude who stole his wallet?
No.
Why not? Why not?
Why would I?
Because you love him?
No.
Okay.
Not that much.
Let's say it's reversed, right? And say the guy robs you. Are you expecting the guy to risk his life?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because I'm better than him.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Okay.
Why should it be equality then? If you're not gonna risk your life for him?
That's what I thought.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and put on my top G glasses, you know what I'm saying? So the first half of her response is what I expected any girl to say. But she lost me at the second half when she said she's better than him. And that is crazy. If this is the mentality that a lot of girls have, we're doomed. Like, love doesn't exist anymore. Like, you will never protect someone that you love. Like, if I'm gonna take a girl seriously, if I'm gonna give her my time, my attention, my resources, give her a ring, I hope it's for a girl that would want to protect me in times of peril. Because I do agree that guys should protect women for sure. I'm laying my life down for the girl that I love and the girl that is my wife and the mother of my kids. Of course, I'm protecting her with all my heart, man. But just imagine marrying someone that thinks they're better than you and thinks that you should just lay down your life for them just because you don't mean shit to them. It's crazy. And you know what else is crazy? Being catfish. Check this out.
You gonna come down to the lobby, or are you gonna give me a room number?
Where you standing out front?
I'm standing outside.
Honestly, I didn't know you was that thick.
What?
I didn't know you was that thick.
Where are you? Are you looking at me?
No.
I actually had an experience like this, guys. So I was talking to this girl I met on Instagram. I looked at her pictures, right? Her pictures look nice. She didn't look big at all. I set up a date. She actually drove to pick me up. And then when she drove to pick me up and I went inside her car, I couldn't believe my eyes, man. I'm like, what? Is this the same person from Instagram? I could not believe my eyes, bro. She was big as hell. She was a whale. That shit is crazy, bro. But you know me, I couldn't be mean. I still went out and just hanged out and just had a good time. And then went about my day, man.
It's not because I like the bad boys or whatever. I like nice guys, but like there's no attractive nice guys.
She's just stuttering all over the place because she knew what she said was bullshit. So she's pretty much saying that she'll date the bad guys. She's attracted to the bad guys and she'll just keep the nice guys hanging. That's pretty much what she's saying. And she knows she messed up. That's why she stuttered. Girls like her will not be looking for a nice guy until they're like in your 30s or 40s. Like this woman right here.
Now, as I got closer to 35, 36, I was like, you know what? I do want to get married. This is what I want. I want to get married, and I think that I might not be okay with having children. That is still something that I struggle with. I'm pretty open about that. It's sensitive for me. And I had to change my mindset. I decided that I do want to get married. I'm worthy of marriage, and the next person that I date has to be marriage material or it's not happening. I'm not going to spend the next 3 years with someone, the next 4 years with someone, because I was in one long relationship after the other with non-marriage material men. So I changed the way I was thinking. I changed the type of men I was dating, and that was it. And a year later, we are engaged. But a lot of it had to do with the way I talked to myself, the way I treated myself, and the type of men that I chose to date, because I knew what I was worth.
It is seen as a taboo thing to get married early, to have kids early. Everyone is told to work on their career, work on themselves, and then in their 30s, they can focus on getting married and having kids. That's what we're told. And that's the mentality I also grew up with. So I cannot blame them, man. And that is why the nice guys will finish last. Because the girls want to have the fun with the bad, edgy, mysterious guy. Like, what if women actually picked men that were marriage material earlier on in their lives? I think there will be a lot more successful relationships if women actually dated with the intention of getting married and starting a family.
I cannot stress the importance of dating someone whose cultural background matches up to the type of man that you want. If you don't want to do the 50-50 shit, then date someone who comes from a background where men are natural providers. Middle Eastern men, African men. These American men, they're stingy. It's part of the culture. Like, the 50-50 phenomenon is part of the culture. Now, there's a lot that is wrong with the African and Middle Eastern culture as someone who's from it, but at least you don't have to worry about convincing a man to be a provider. That's natural to them. That's part of the culture. That's bred within them.
Yep, she preaching. And that is called dating with a purpose. And I will say this. A lot of guys in America are stingy because of the finesse culture. Women will literally go on dates with you just to get free food. If you listen to female rap lyrics, a lot of it is about finessing niggas and the WAP. So of course guys are gonna be cautious and be stingy.
When they're like, oh, I'm here for you, I'm a safe space for you, I feel like they're trying too hard to be the savior for me when I feel like they need to meet me halfway.
What you just said, in other words, is, hey, I don't like this safe space because what I'm used to is chaos. Does that make sense? You can either live on one side of the river, which is, I will just make sure this person has this gap between us just in case I like lose them. Or you can cross the river and actually get to the pot of gold, right? And actually experience what real love and being safe is like.
This is why some girls go for the bad, toxic guy. They feel like shit on the inside, so they go for a guy that treat them like shit on the outside. You gotta get your traumas right. Solve your traumas, solve your problems. And this right here is a daily reminder to get into the gym.
You don't need to lose any weight. You're kidding, right? You look great. Very fit.
You can always be thinner. Look better.
I'm proud of her, man. Keep being fatphobic. Alright, who's gonna tell her, guys? Who's gonna tell her? You know what? I'll tell her. Listen here, honey. The niggas in your DMs are only trying to fuck. You're trying to get up in them cheeks. They're trying to get that Gok 3000. They don't care about you. They don't care about you at all. And if you think those are guys that actually want to lock you down for a relationship, then you are delusional.
I ain't even gonna lie. You look like you can pick me up. I've been staring at you. You look real strong.
I ain't that strong.
I mean,
Lord. She got a nerve to ask if people can pick her up. Maybe if you made better life choices, I wouldn't have to struggle to pick you up.
We cannot fully identify a gender of a person right when we see them, so therefore, I believe that it is not within my own individual liberty to gender that person.
That's some bullshit. For the most part, we can tell if someone is a male or a female. But there's a little gray area where you just don't know. Because I'm scrolling on TikTok and I see these girls on there. And then I click on the profile, go to the bio, and I see the LGBTQ flag. And then trans below that. And I was like, oh, you trans? You were a man before this? Bro, they are getting too good, bro. They're getting too good. They look like actual women. So if I just saw them, I couldn't tell that was a man. I couldn't. It's getting harder and harder, and that's why I'm getting paranoid, guys. I be in the clubs, and whenever a girl comes up to me, I gotta double look. I gotta check. I gotta make sure. Because I'm like, I don't want you coming up to me with no funny shit now. You know what I'm saying? I'm low-key paranoid. A girl right in front of my face coming up to me, and I'm thinking, shit, are you a nigga? Are you a man or a woman? I don't know. I'm trying to make sure. I'm trying to make sure this is not set up. It's like I gotta watch my back now, bro. It's crazy. I shouldn't have to be going through shit like this. Shit.
Okay, so here's my problem with that particular argument. The answer is that in 99.8%, 99.9% of cases, you absolutely can gender somebody based on looking at them.
You can't really describe someone without secondary sex characteristics and gender them into something.
Well, I mean, you can based on primary sex characteristics if you can see their genitals. Doctors do this literally at birth all the time. There's a word game that goes on when people discuss gender. Because if we are talking about certain characteristics to which we attribute to masculine or feminine, if you want to say that there's a genetic male with feminine characteristics, we're fine. That's a male with feminine characteristics. Fine, that's fine. I mean, okay. So, you're a man with feminine characteristics. That's cool. Who cares? Okay, but that doesn't make you a woman. In other words, if you're going, what we are now doing is we're playing a semantic game where we say a male with feminine characteristics is a woman. That's nonsense. Or a woman with male characteristics, masculine characteristics, is a man. That's nonsense too. And by the way, it actually ends up misgendering a lot of people who are just butch women or effeminate men. Right? So all of this, so in other words, by trying to separate out gender and sex completely, and then by using terms like male and female, or woman and man, that are innately connected to sex, what you are doing is deliberately, not you, what people are doing is deliberately confusing the issue such that you get idiocies like Ilhan Omar writing to the Powerlifting Association of the USA saying that a transgender woman who is a biological male should be able to compete against biological women because it is a myth that men can pick up heavier objects than women. That is not a myth, that's called science.
Facts, this man never misses. You can't have a trans woman going into women's sports. No matter how much hormones they take, it's just still not fair. And the women that will argue and say trans women are real women, I think they are disrespecting women. They are disrespecting actual women. They might be misogynist.
I recently posted on Twitter to stop preaching single motherhood to black girls, and so many black women came for me when I posted it on Instagram. I'm not gonna lie, they bullied me into deleting it, and they had me think that what I said was wrong, but no, what I said was extremely valid. Baby mother culture has our community in a chokehold. I said I'm not having a baby unless a ring's on my finger, and a lot of black women told me, oh, a ring doesn't mean anything, which is true. However, a ring means financial stability. Secondly, the fact that many of you think it's more of a commitment to be married than to have a child is crazy to me. We gotta get ourselves out of this chokehold. Like, black women to black women, let's talk. On top of that, how many black women are single mothers? It's usually the middle class, and how many of them are struggling? Being a single mother is not cute. And my mom was a single mother, and she had 4 babies.
I never realized how many single mothers were in the black community until I looked up the statistic. I think it's like 60% of women in the black community are single mothers, bro. It's crazy, man. That is crazy. We have the highest rates of single mothers of all the races. Bro, we are being torn apart. The black community is being torn apart, and we don't even realize it. We can't come together on nothing. We can't have a solid family. And we out here spending our money on designer and buying cars and shit instead of actually focusing on rebuilding our community. They're winning. Whoever that's trying to ruin us, they set systems in place that's still going on to this day. It's pretty much on autopilot at this point. It is programmed into our minds, and we're just going on with the program of fucking black people up. And it won't stop until we realize that we are not victims and hold ourselves accountable for our actions. This is crazy. Like, right now, we are lost. We're lost, man. And I really want to help to bring us back together, because something is wrong, man. For everyone that's in the black community and you watch my channel, let me know your thoughts on the situation, man, because I'm gonna make a video about this in the future, and it's gonna be a good video. So stay tuned for that. And with that said, this is the end of this video. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Peace out.